on a Thursday.
Well, the latest officially is there's no real change, right? There's no grand bargain being announced. Democrats remain steadfast in their position. In fact, Senator Tim Kaine, who represents the Commonwealth of Virginia, a state with plenty of federal workers, he said he's been traveling around the state on the weekends and he's hearing pats on the back, good things, that people are pleased that they're fighting for health insurance premiums, which Senator Kaine says will increase dramatically for millions of Americans because of these expiring Affordable Care Act subsidies. Republicans, steadfast in their belief, reopen the government, talk health care later. And now we have some impacts. Again, the reason we cover this every single day, Holly, is a few things. One, is there a deal or not? And two, well, what's the impact today? And the big development on this Thursday morning is the USDA has indicated to states that if this shutdown stretches into November, if this shutdown goes past that 1 month mark, and it certainly looks like it may, food assistance programs like SNAP may be the next victim of a prolonged shutdown. In fact, I think we have some video of the state of government, the website in the state of Minnesota this morning. They've indicated that they've received notice that a shutdown going into November will impact food assistance programs. And their website goes on to say that as of last night at 10 p.m., they're no longer accepting new applications. This is the part I was talking about. No longer accepting new applications for food SNAP benefits. So we're already talking about the impact on SNAP in Minnesota. I was just speaking with our Scripps News group in Denver. They're seeing local impacts there of new SNAP applications not being approved this morning because of this prolonged shutdown. Certainly doesn't look like SNAP will be saved like WIC was saved, the Special Supplemental Nutrition Program for women, infants, and children. The Trump administration is using tariff revenues to keep that going. The president's used research and development funds to pay troops. It doesn't look like SNAP, which tens of millions of Americans rely on for food on their table, it doesn't look like that may be heading in that direction should this shutdown again be prolonged. One development, again, is that there is no development. And here's Leader Senator John Thune and Senator Chuck Schumer speaking on Capitol Hill yesterday about the status of this shutdown.
I think the American people are wondering when the Senate Democrats are going to end their temper tantrum and vote to reopen the government. Every day that this goes on, the problems are compounded for federal workers and for ordinary Americans.
People get sick, people will lose their insurance, people will die. Plain and simple. Republicans know this, and yet neither Trump nor congressional Republicans are even trying to solve the health care crisis.
All right, Holly, so where is the deal most likely, right? The deal, if you listen to Schumer, if you listen to Senator Thune, Senator Schumer, the deal has always been somewhere with these Affordable Care Act subsidies. And this morning, in an interview on MSNBC, Senator Thune says that he's told Democrats privately that he would allow for a vote on extending subsidies in exchange for reopening the government. Said he wouldn't guarantee that that would pass, but that he would allow for it. So what does that mean? It's 47 Senate Democrats. You'd have to get 13 Senate Republicans to join them, and you'd have to get a commitment from Speaker Johnson to put that legislation on the floor of the House, as well as a commitment from President Trump to sign it. So that has always been the way out of this, but we're nowhere close to saying that this shutdown is going to be ending anytime soon. In fact, Senator Kennedy of Louisiana, Holly, said yesterday that he could see this going past Thanksgiving.
Wow. But does that put Republicans in a little bit of danger as far as appearances go? Because if they do put it in front of another vote and the Republicans can't come to some agreement, then the Democrats can point the finger. So is that really a viability, or is this something that might happen behind the scenes, work it all out, so when we get to a vote, we're guaranteed to have a solution?
Well, let's start with the Senate. You need 13 Senate Republicans. Where can you find them? You can find them, Senators who are moderate, right? The Senator Collins of the world, she's in a tough re-election fight in Maine. Senator Murkowski of Alaska. You pick up a couple from the moderate camp. Then you have the retiring senators. They're less beholden to the bottom line. And then you have Republican senators who are looking at their own states. And remember, there are plenty of Republican states where you have significant impacts by these increasing premiums, right? I mean, you're talking about a lot of states in the South particularly have high populations that rely on these subsidies. So that may be where you find the 13 votes. But again, that's only step one. Step two would be you need Speaker Johnson to say, yeah, if the Senate passes that, we'll put that on the floor. If he doesn't say that, then you have issues in the House. And of course, you need a commitment from the White House for President Trump to sign it. So that's the way out of it. But again, everyone's kind of thought that for a while now, and we're nowhere close to this ending. We're talking about food assistance programs like SNAP potentially going away this morning.
Wow, okay, and it seems like, you know what, you and I could probably climb Mount Everest easier at this point without any training than they're going to come to an agreement. But there's always hope. All right.